Hello everyone, it's KK with you. Today we are embarking on a unique journey into the depths of cinematic art. Cinema, it's not just captivating stories on the big screen and the aroma of popcorn in a dark hall. It's an art where traditions intertwine with innovations. Every frame, every sound, every special effect. It's a harmony between creativity and cutting-edge technology. But have you ever wondered how these magical worlds are created? What innovations hide behind the gleaming screens? Today we will travel from the first movie cameras to modern game engines and artificial intelligence, which are overturning the concept of film production. Ready to discover how the magic of cinema is created? Let's go! When we think about cinema, we often picture the bright lights of the set, bulky cameras, and actors in costumes. However, behind this facade lies a world of high technology. Let's travel back in time, to an era when cinematography was just an infant, and see how the technologies of cinema were budding. In the late 19th century, at the dawn of the age of science and inventions, two horse racing enthusiasts noticed that they couldn't catch all the details of a horse's run, which led to a dispute about whether all the horse's legs lift off the ground during a run. The dispute intensified, and it was decided to turn to science to resolve the dilemma. Enter Edward Muybridge, a photographer and inventor with his brilliant idea to capture every phase of a horse's run on film. Muybridge created a photodrome, an arena with a white wall on one side and 24 cameras on the other. Black horses, contrasting with the white background, ran along the track, triggering the camera shutters upon touching threads. What was the result? A series of 24 shots, revealing the mystery of horse hooves flying over the ground. This experiment led Muybridge to create a collection of photographs, depicting the movement of not only horses, but also other animals as well as humans. In 1888, fate brought Edward Muybridge together with Thomas Edison, the brilliant inventor. Edison was fascinated by Muybridge's moving pictures and proposed the idea of merging the phonograph with photographs. This ambitious project was entrusted to William Dickson, a photographer from Edison's laboratory. Work was bustling, and by 1891 the premiere was ready. Edison's wife Mina greeted guests, offering to peek into a wooden box similar to a microscope eyepiece. Inside, guests were awaited by a marvel, moving pictures of William Dickson doffing his hat. This moment marked a milestone in the history of cinematography. But Edison didn't stop there and continued to refine his invention. By 1894, the device kinetoscope was introduced. It was designed for individual viewing through an eyepiece. On April 14, 1894, the first kinetoscope parlor opened on Broadway. Over the year, 75 kinetoscope shows were filmed to feed the growing appetite of the audience. A year later, inspired by Edison's kinetoscope, the Lumiere brothers in 1895 created the cinematograph, a camera with a projector, and organized the first public screening of a film on a big screen in Paris. These were short black and white clips of 50 seconds, capturing streets, people, and carriages. Fearing competition, Edison and his companions patented another device. In 1896, the Vitascope was introduced for projecting images onto a large screen. The Vitascope and cinematograph both became the cornerstone in the development of cinematography. Edison with his aspiration for public screenings and the Lumiere brothers with their aspiration for filming together laid the foundation for the magic that we today know as cinema. These inventions not only amazed the world with their technological achievements, but also opened the doors to a new world of art and entertainment. Since the time the cinematograph and Vitascope were introduced, cinematography went through the era of silent films, but by the 1930s the world heard their voices, which became a revolution in cinematography. The next stage was the advent of color in cinema. It seemed, how can one convey atmosphere and mood through just black and white imagery? But thanks to the Technicolor system, the world around the characters came to life, becoming vibrant and multifaceted. In the 1970s, the film industry was experiencing a real boom. Editing became more complex and special effects realistic. From manually cutting out each frame, filmmakers moved to optical printing, which allowed the creation of such cult films as Star Wars. However, the real revolution in the world of cinema came with the advent of the new millennium. It was a time when digital technologies became key in film production, opening new horizons for cinematographers. Cinema ceased to be just a form of art and turned into a complex scientific enterprise. Just think, every pixel, every shade, every sound could now be manipulated with incredible precision. Digital cameras freed directors from the limitations of film, giving them the ability to see their vision in real time. But even in such a high-tech world, the art of acting remains at the center of attention. Actors continue to seek ways to convey their emotions, their experiences, every spark of their soul. And here is where motion capture technology comes to the aid, blurring the boundary between real and virtual. Motion capture is indeed a revolutionary technology that has become a real breakthrough in the world of cinema. This term refers to the process of recording actors' movements and subsequently translating them into digital format for animating computer models. How does it work? Actors wear special suits adorned with sensors. These sensors capture every movement of the actor in real time. Meanwhile, cameras positioned around the shooting pavilion track the movements of the sensors. As a result, on the computer, the actor's movements are transferred to the character model, making its movements highly realistic. Motion capture allowed for the creation of many unforgettable moments in cinematography. Gollum from The Lord of the Rings, Smaug from The Hobbit, or Thanos from The Avengers. All these characters were brought to screen thanks to motion capture. Actors such as Andy Serkis or Benedict Cumberbatch became true masters in this art, lending deep emotionality and charisma to their digital alter egos. Motion capture is indeed a remarkable technology, allowing for unprecedented precision in transferring the movements and emotions of real actors onto digital characters. However, motion capture is just the tip of the iceberg in the world of cinema. To create a full-fledged cinematic piece where digital characters interact with the real world, a synergy between live action and CGI is required. Live action provides the real foundation upon which the entire film is built. Actors, sets, costumes. This is the live part of the work, genuine interaction and emotions. Meanwhile, CGI, computer-generated imagery, adds magic, turning the impossible into possible. One of the most astonishing achievements of CGI is the ability to create realistic characters. A notable example is the 2019 film The Lion King. Although many call it a real version, in fact, there isn't a single real shot in this film. Everything you see on screen, from the dense African jungles to every hair on Simba's snout, is created using CGI. And this remarkable level of detail and realism has been made possible thanks to modern technologies of modeling, texturing, and rendering. The secret to the realism of the animals in The Lion King lies in the expertise of animators and programmers who used complex algorithms to simulate fur movement, light reflection, and even character interaction with the environment. However, the world of cinematography continues to evolve, and in recent years, new technological solutions are coming to the forefront. At the intersection of the world of video games and cinema, a real revolution has emerged. This is where the era of Unreal Engine 5 by Epic Games begins. This engine, originally developed for the gaming industry, has opened the doors to a new dimension of cinema. Now directors and creators can immerse viewers in worlds where the boundaries between reality and fiction are blurred, offering incredible visual journeys without the limitations and barriers of traditional cinema. The main advantage of Unreal Engine 5 in cinema is its real-time rendering technology. In traditional filmmaking, scenes shot against a green screen require extensive post-production and months of work to add backgrounds or special effects. However, with Unreal Engine 5, directors and cinematographers can see these effects on the spot, in real time. This means that actors can interact with virtual objects or characters, seeing them in front of themselves on LED screens, which adds naturalness to their reactions and movements. To ensure the virtual world correctly interacts with the real one, the camera is equipped with special sensors for tracking. This allows the engine to adjust the image on the screen in real time based on the camera's position, angle, and movement. Thus, when the camera operator moves the camera, the virtual scene responds accordingly, creating the illusion that the actors are truly within that scene. In addition to this, Unreal Engine 5 provides a suite of tools for creating realistic lighting, physics, and atmosphere. The Lumen technology, integrated into the engine, allows for the creation of deep dynamic lighting that automatically responds to varying scene conditions, providing cinematographers with the perfect shooting conditions without the need for additional lighting. Another important feature is the nanite technology. It's a virtualized micro-polygon system that allows for the creation of incredibly detailed textures and objects without loss of performance. Thanks to this, cinematographers can create scenes with scientific precision, whether they are urban landscapes of the future or ancient civilizations of the past. Since virtual sets are created and edited within the program, directors and designers can quickly make changes to scenes without the need to physically move or rebuild sets. For example, if a director needs to change the time of day or weather conditions in a scene, this can be done in just a few minutes. All these innovations have led to Unreal Engine 5 becoming the ideal choice for virtual production. The technology was successfully showcased in projects such as Disney's The Mandalorian, where many scenes were shot using Unreal Engine, allowing the team to adapt to the virtual environment in real time. What about neural networks? Artificial intelligence and machine learning have long been staples in the high-tech world, but their application in cinematography is beginning to open up entirely new horizons. One of the most interesting aspects is predicting audience reactions. Using big data analysis and machine learning, film studios can analyze the reactions of test audiences to different moments of a film, determining which scenes generate the most interest or, conversely, dissatisfaction. This not only helps in the correction of the film before its release, but also provides valuable information for future projects. But AI's capabilities don't stop there. AI can analyze hundreds of hours of footage and select the most dynamic and emotional moments for inclusion in the final cut. Machine learning algorithms can restore old films, improving image quality or even adding color to black and white pictures. They can scan an actor's face and create a digital twin, which can then be used in complex or dangerous scenes. Thus, AI not only optimizes the production process, but also allows cinema to reach new heights in visualization and the realization of creative ideas. So the next time you dive into the world of cinema, remember, behind that enthralling illusion stands not only the talent and skill of people, but also the most advanced technologies of our era, which make the world of cinema even more magical. Looking back at the films of the past and seeing how far we have come, one can only imagine what possibilities await us in the future. Perhaps one day we will look back on the cinema of our time just as nostalgically as we now recall black and white films. But one thing remains unchanged: the aspiration to tell stories that make our hearts beat faster. Thank you for being with us. Don't forget to give a thumbs up if you enjoyed the content. Goodbye.